Good morning, everyone. My name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Faulty. You are either watching this video on my Facebook group or my YouTube channel, which are both called Lady Faulty's Light Healing. Today we're going to talk about the solar plexus, basically what it is, where it is, and the next week we will talking about the tools to work with it. So oils, herbs, goddesses to work with, the runes, all kinds of stuff that you can use to work on balancing your solar plexus. But today we're going to be just talking about the basics, the fundamentals. So let me move some of my stuff here. My desk is kind of a mess right now. My husband loves to go walking in the woods, and he, I'll try to show you. He came across, it's kind of disgusting, but he came across, we have coyotes, and they obviously kill things and eat things, and he came across a turkey, and he brought me home all the feathers, but I've got them here. I've washed them in soapy water and dried them, and but now I've got to find some place to put them till I'm going to make a little smudge fan with them. All right, a little smudge real quick here before we get started. Just a little smudge. So how's everybody doing with the crazy energies out there? I'm finding like I have days where I'm like, I'm okay, I got this. And then other days where I'm just like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? And then there's days where it's like that all day long. It's like in the morning I wake up and I think I'm good. And then in the afternoon I'm like, oh my God, this is insane. And then in the evening I'm good again. And so we're all human. We're going to feel all the feelings. And I've said to you guys a couple times before, but if you haven't seen a video before, go ahead and let yourself feel the emotions. But just don't hold on to them. Like feel them, process through them, and let them go. So, 10 to 30 minutes, and then you just, I don't want to say just move on, but, move on, get past it. And that's what, when I feel that anxiety and stuff coming up, that's what I try to do. I'm like, all right, what am I anxious about? What can I control out of this? What can't I control out of this? And for me, again, I love to make lists. So if, like say I'm anxious about getting something done or getting some groceries or something, I make myself a list, and that way that helps me feel a little bit better. Okay, I got my list. I know what I need. It'll be fine. So, whatever works best for you, but, go ahead and let yourself process those emotions. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling scared, go ahead and feel that. But like I said, just don't stay in that place. Do what you need to do, feel what you need to feel, and then do what you need to do to get out of there. Like I said, when I start to feel anxious about something, I know, or I can ask myself, okay, what can I control? What can't I control? What am I nervous about? If it was like a while back, I was nervous about getting groceries because I wasn't sure where that was going to go about getting groceries. And so I just made myself a list, and I said, I'm going to go in and I'm going to get as much stuff as I can on the list. And if I can't get the brand I normally get, I'll just get something else. It'll be fine. And, I went in the store and it was crazy in there, but I was fine. And then when I came out, I was like, all right, this is done. And a big wave of anxiety was, released. Of course, just being in the grocery store causes anxiety. I hate grocery shopping. I hate going in stores with lots of people. All right, so we are going to talk about the solar plexus. So this video is called Solar Plexus Fundamentals. All right, so if you take, so where is your solar plexus? That's like a good thing to start with, right? We want to know where it is. Your solar plexus is, if you take two fingers, like not this way, and you put them right above your belly button. Of course, you can't see that, but my belly button. 2 fingers above your belly button is where your solar plexus is. So if you didn't know that, now you do. And then what is your solar plexus? So we talked about the earth star chakra, we talked about the root chakra, we've talked about the sacral chakra, and what those are all for. And so the solar plexus is basically your energy field, your energy source, where your energy comes from. So like your sacral chakra was, we talked about was your desire and your creativity and all those things. And your solar plexus is where all that fuel comes from to do all those creative things and work on all your desires and stuff. So your solar plexus is where your energy source is. So when it's balanced, you are going to feel empowered. You're going to feel confident. You're going to feel very capable. And so when it's unbalanced, obviously, if you're on the low side, you're going to feel self-confident. You're not going to feel powered. So you might, be, I don't know what I don't want to say weak, because I don't want to say you're weak, but you'll feel that, you'll feel like if you're not empowered, then you feel like you're powerless, I guess. And capable, again, if you're under balanced, underactive, you're going to feel like you're not capable of doing things. So I can't do that. It's too hard. I'm not even going to try, that kind of an attitude. If it's overactive, and then you get into, how do you say it nicely? You're going to feel, let's see, what did I write down? Unbalanced, powerless. I guess I didn't write anything. But if it's overactive, then you're going to be kind of like a tyrant. I don't know. That's not really the word I want to use. We see these very power-hungry people out there who are pretty much willing to step on anybody to get what they want, that kind of a thing. I'm not saying, you guys, if your chakra's overactive, that you're going to be like trying to take over the world necessarily, but it's kind of that, like, that confidence goes overboard, like that only you can do it, only you're good enough to do it, only you're smart enough to do it, only you're the one that can do it, like nobody else is going to do it as good as you, kind of a thing. So, all right. So I wrote down that unbalanced either way. So whether you're underactive or overactive can be a little confusing for you. So if you're feeling that kind of a confusion of confidence, non-confidence, power, powerless, whatever those feel like for you, that's a good sign that you may want to work some on your solar plexus. All right. When it's in a good, I wrote down, when it's in a good balanced place, you have a really good balance of humility. So, you're not ego-driven, but you're not like really kind of, I don't want to say, I'm struggling with words this morning, I guess. But yeah, kind of on the timid side. If you're feeling weak and powerless and stuff, you're going to be kind of timid about it. And if you're, I want to say the mouse. So like if you're underactive, you're kind of like the mouse, very timid and shy and quiet. If you're overactive, you're kind of like the lion, which is very loud and like, I got this and I'm in control and I can do this kind of thing. So I don't know, that just popped into my head. But if your chakra is in balance, then you have a very nice, I'm checking my live button because last week I did like a whole hour-long video, and then I don't know, somewhere along the line it was not live. It was live when I started, and then it disappeared, and I don't know where it went, and I couldn't find it. So I had to do the whole video over again. So I'm just trying to check and make sure those buttons are still working. And I took my glasses off to try to help with the glare off my glasses. It's totally sidetracked here. I ordered a new light, so hopefully that will help a little bit. But I just took my glasses off, but I can't see the screen right now. So it's a little hard for me to see without my glasses, but I took the glare off for you guys. All right. So the solar plexus, I already covered, is a place of your personal power. So, you know, it's an important one. I think they're all important, but it is an important one for you to have balanced. So it's the same, I wrote down it's the same as the sun. I guess I'm kind of going with comparisons today, I guess. So it's the same with the sun. It's very beautiful. It's very powerful. It's a source of energy, but if it's too much, it's gonna like burn hot and burn you out, and kind of could be destructive if it's, you know, too much of the sun, if you get too close. So, and then I wrote power, we typically associate with the masculine. So this next little bit, I don't mean to exclude any men that are watching the video, but men are a little bit more comfortable with the power role, and society has made it that way. Like men are, you know, usually have more power positions than women. I mean, it is changing. It is, you know, women are in government, and, you know, we just had, she didn't win, but we had a woman run for president. Not advocating one way or another for her, just saying it was a woman running for president. And so, you know, women are getting back out there in power positions, but for a long time, you know, women were just the kind of stay home and do what your husband tells you to do and take care of the kids. And, you know, really, this, I don't want to say planet. Sorry, I'm struggling with words today. Back in history, it was typically women who were the power sources of sorry, I'm like really struggling today. It was a lot of matriarch out there. I can't say countries because I don't think they were really labeled like countries then. They're countries to us now, but they, you know, they might not necessarily have been labeled as countries the same way back then. But, you know, it was a lot of women who were in the lead positions, the power positions. They were, you know, the medicine women. They were, we had queens, just all kinds of different roles that women had, that somewhere along the line, because that's like one of my favorite things to say, because I'm not a big history buff. I'm not going to be like, this happened in 18 whatever. That's not my thing. But somewhere along the line, women were taken from a position of power and put into a position of really no power. You know, we didn't have the right to vote. We were just told what to do by our husbands. Basically, we were kind of like property. We were just like a step up above a slave. Not that husbands treated their wives like slaves. I'm not saying that. But as far as our rights went and things, we pretty much didn't have any rights. And, you know, we've got our rights back. We've got votes back. Women are going into positions that before were not really allowed. We've got lots of women doctors, lawyers, and, you know, now the politicians. So, sorry, that was a long, like, bit of nothing, but women are now coming back into their power, is where I'm trying to go with all of that nonsense. And it comes very natural to men. So I was this little piece was more addressed to women, and that's why I said, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to purposely leave out the men. I think just power and the use of their solar plexus energy is coming a little bit more natural to them, where for us women, it's something we kind of have to like stop and tap into, where it used to come very natural to us. It has kind of been taught to us over time that we have to, again, the same as emotions. We were talking about this the other day with emotions. Excuse me, like we don't express our emotions. If you're crying, it's stop crying. If you're excited, it's settle down. If if you're sad, whatever, it's get over it. And so we were taught over time with our emotions to just kind of put that away. And same with our power, our source of energy for us women. We were, over time, we were told that we didn't have any power, to just do what we were told, do the housework, do the dishes, take care of the kids, that kind of stuff. And so we have to tap into that a little bit, and we have to be a little bit more conscious about tapping into it than men do. But at one point, it was very natural for women to be in positions of power and to tap into that energy. So next week on Thursday, we're going to talk about some of the ways to go ahead and tap into that energy, to use that energy, and to have your solar plexus balanced for you. All right. Let's see, what else have I got written down here? So yeah, I wrote down somewhere in there, if we sit with it and if we think about it, and we will on a soul level, because I think lots of us are here that have had past lives and many lives, and that we're old souls. So if you do a little solar plexus work and tap into that, I think on some level our soul is going to remember that somewhere along the line we were probably women of power. I won't go into the whole past life thing, because that's a whole conversation I could do for a whole nother video, but just a thing to remember is over our past lives we may not have always been women either. So I believe in my past, I believe this is only my second life, which a lot of people are like, that can't be true, but that's what I believe. This is my second life, and my first life was as a man. And I was not a powerful man. I was actually a very unpowerful man. So, but anywho, that's a whole nother conversation. But I think down, a lot of us are old souls that have been here many, many times. And once you start to kind of tap into that, a lot of things will kind of come into place for you. Maybe that's another video, is past life work. But yeah, I can't get into all that today because, well, we'd still be here in a couple hours. So yeah, so that's what I wrote. I said, we remember on a soul level, and we just need to tap into it. So that's exactly what I wrote down. So that energy is there, that power is there. I think right now you're going to see a lot of us stepping up into leader positions, and I think this is where a lot of that is going to come from. So with everything that's going on right now on our planet and with all the people, we're going to have a lot of people that are stepping up. And maybe you're just going to help a couple of people, or maybe you're going to help a community, or maybe you're going to help your state, or who knows what you're going to do. But I think we're going to see a lot of people tapping into their power and doing what they can to help right now. So I think that's really good. So let's see here. All right. So I don't think I'm going to end up taking the whole hour because, like I said, I can't see the clock right now, but my clock says it's only about 25 after. But I wanted to do a little bit of a meditation with you. And so I don't know. I don't know if I want to say I'm doing the meditation with you. I'm going to explain to you how to do a little meditation to work on your solar plexus. So find a really comfy spot. And that can be really just about anywhere. It can be in your living room. It could be on your bed. It could be, if it's nice outside, in a field, in the forest, next to a river, in a park, wherever, but somewhere where you feel comfortable, and somewhere where you're going to actually be comfortable. Like, don't just be sitting on a rock, unless weirdly that's comfortable for you. But if you choose to do it outside or inside, make sure you have some sort of maybe a blanket to sit on, a pillow to sit on. I have like this little cushiony thing that's on wheels that I sit on. It's not really the greatest, but it's better. It's definitely better than sitting on the floor, but I have a bad back. So somewhere that's very comfortable for you. And, you know, we've talked about this before as far as meditation goes, but make sure you're kind of somewhere where, you know, the kids aren't going to be knocking on the door, asking you for things. The kids aren't going to be fighting. Your husband's not going to be yelling from the other room that he can't find his potato chips or, you know, whatever, which I know is really, really hard, especially since right now so many of us are quarantined and you're all in the house together. But if you have an extra room somewhere where you could go, or like I said, maybe the backyard if you're in a warmer climate than I am. But yeah, you get the point. Somewhere where it's going to be comfortable, somewhere it's going to be quiet, and that you're not going to get disturbed, hopefully too much. So you're going to want to sit, and one of the things is, again, being comfortable. But I do believe you want to be, you know, your spine should be as straight as you can, which again is very hard for me. I have a bad back. So sitting up like this with my shoulders back, my spine straight, and my neck and everything straight is very hard for me to sit that way for a long time. But I do sit Indian style, and I sit with my palms up on my knees. So your elbows are kind of next to your waist. You know, so your shoulders are back, your elbows are next to your waist, and your palms of your hands are kind of like mid-thigh for me. But I'm very short, so, but face up. And so that's, you know, you don't have to sit that way. You don't have to sit in like a yoga position or anything like that. But I do find if you're kind of got your spine and everything aligned, it does help with the chakras, working on them if everything is lined up for you. And again, like I said, that's kind of hard. And when you know you roll your shoulders back, and you're going to be calling in your energies, and you're going to be, you know, centering yourself. It's just a very good position to be in, and have everything kind of open up and lined up. So with all that, and then again, you're going to want to probably smudge, and you're going to maybe want to have some incense going, or burn a candle, or, I mean, there's all that. And, you know, if anybody has any questions about that, you can certainly ask me, comment, send me a private message or whatever. But I don't typically, if you're meditating, I don't open a circle. I know people are going to like be in awe, but I don't typically open a circle anyway. Even when I do rituals and crafting and stuff, I don't tend to open a circle, but I don't feel the need to. Side note, some people open a circle for the purpose of protection. Other people open a circle to focus and contain the energy that they're working with. So there's really two different kind of points of view of why you open a circle. I just never felt called to do that. So I don't. But anyway, so like I said, you're in a comfy spot. You've got something comfy, blanket, pillow. You've smudged, done your candles, maybe worked with incense, herbs, whatever it is, and we'll talk about all of those things again next week that you could work with to bring in for your solar plexus. Sacral chakra was last month, sorry. Solar plexus chakra. But, all right, and you're sitting in your position that you're going to sit in. And again, before you start doing the meditation, again, like I said, just kind of calm yourself, center yourself, call in any energies. Again, if you're feeling anxious or scared or anything, sit with that for a few minutes. Whether make a decision whether this is your energy or somebody else's energy. If it's somebody else's, let it go. But even if it's yours, just kind of give yourself that permission to be like, you know what, I'm going to just take my anxiety, my stress, my fear, my worry, whatever it is, and just take this and put it right over here for a second. And when I'm done, I'll pick it back up. But for right now, I'm going to just put it over here and leave it for a second. So it's me, I'm very visual as far as like thinking about these things. So for me to be like, okay, I'm going to take this, I'm just going to take this, put it over here for a second. It's right here. I can still see it. It's right there. I know where it is. I'm not going to lose it. It's right there. I'll pick it up after. And so that kind of helps me work through some of the things. So during your meditation part, the actual meditation, I want you to think about sitting on a beach, somewhere tropical, somewhere beautiful. And during the meditation, I'm not going to do the whole thing through for you, but, just take a minute and actually feel the sand under your feet. Like visualize maybe your toes in the sand. Listen for the sound of the waves. Maybe you can hear a little bit of the wind in the palm trees kind of thing. Think about the smell of the ocean. So when I'm saying visualize a tropical beach, I'm like, I want you to use all of your senses to bring that tropical beach, sorry, my foot is asleep, to reality as much as possible for you. So however, that is for you. But for me, I'll take a minute and I kind of focus on each sense. So like I said, I take a minute and I actually visualize my feet in the sand. The sand is warm. I can hear the sounds of the wave. I can feel maybe the wind a little bit on my face. You feel that little mist that's in the air from the ocean. So really take a minute and just really focus on all the things that would be around you if you were really at the beach. So imagine, so that's what I wrote next, is the breeze, feel the sand. So we talked about all that. The next part I want you to do is actually visualize the sun. Now, whether the sun is coming up, the sun is going down, the sun is high in the sky, whatever is really up to you. That doesn't really, make a difference, but we want the sun to be there. We don't want it to be nighttime. So visualize the sun wherever you want it to be. And just kind of visualize yourself looking up at the sun, which I know is hard in real life because you get all those spotty things in your eyeballs, but that you're looking at the sun. Maybe that's, the sun is a little bit, maybe not right directly above you and blinding you. Maybe the sun is a little bit, farther away and, you're looking at the sun. And then, take it to the next level and feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. So maybe you can feel it on your face and your chest and maybe on your feet a little bit. So then I want you to really focus in on the rays of the sun, and kind of almost the reverse of the Gaia visual we do, where we start at our feet and go up. This we're going to do the other way. We're going to visualize the rays from the sun, and we're going to feel the warmth on the top of our head. And then what we're going to do is we're going to envision those rays almost like going in to the top of your head. And they're going to, we're going to slowly, with the warmth, come down through our face, our head, and then feel your neck warm up, and then your shoulders. And don't rush through. Don't be like, we're all good. Take your time and visualize like it going, like your head is getting warm, and then your neck is getting warm. All right, I can feel it now on the tops of my shoulders getting warm. I can feel it here on my chest getting warm, and all the way down through until it hits the bottom of your feet. And so now we're going to be completely full of the sun's rays, which is the energy. And then you're going to add in the visualization of your solar plexus. So your solar plexus, like I said, we know it's about 2 fingers above your belly button. So when you visualize your solar plexus, it's gonna kind of look almost like the sun. Your solar plexus is a yellowy color. Let me see if I can grab my book here real quick. Is a yellowy color, and your chakra is a swirling ball of light. So in this little picture, your solar plexus is like this one. Sorry, it's right here. So it's yellow, and it's I don't know if I have a better picture. I don't. So, but you guys have all seen the chakras before. So again, it's right here. I can't see it very good because I have my glasses on, but maybe you guys can see it better. So it's right here. And your chakras are round, and it's a swirling ball of light, and it's the yellow. So it's basically the sun. So we're going to, now that our body is filled up with the rays from the sun, you're going to basically expand your, maybe your solar plexus ball is like this big, and you're going to just expand it out. We're not going to expand it out to be huge. We're not going to expand it out to take over your body or anything like that, but just have it opened up a little bit. Visualize it getting a little bit bigger, maybe like the width of your, your abdomen, so that it's nice and full. So it's taking that energy and filling that ball up and making it bigger. At the same time, still be taking the rays in, because we don't want the energy to just fill up the ball and then not the rest of us. So we want all of us to be full, and our solar plexus to expand. But we still want the rest of us to be full of the sun rays. And then once that's done, you can just kind of release the sun rays, and we're not going to send anything back to anybody. We're not going to do anything like that. So we're not going to, and a lot of visualizations where we're releasing things, we're going to let things go. In this case, we're not going to let anything go. We have filled our solar plexus up, and we are going to just basically cut that off. And we are going to thank the sun for recharging us. And so you might also give thanks at this time to give thanks or call in, whichever you prefer, any guides, guardians, ancestors, anything. What I usually like to do is just take a quick few minutes and, say, I'm in a place to receive any wisdom that you may feel that I need for my own higher good. I refrain from asking a lot of questions, because sometimes I feel like we get questions that we don't really want, or we get answers that might take us off a path that we need to follow a little bit and find our own way. So I don't always ask specific questions. I just say I'm open to wisdom that is for my highest good. And, call them in, call that information in. So I wrote receive their wisdom, and then make sure to thank them. And then just slowly bring yourself back. So kind of the visualization is just going to kind of fade out. Like the beach is just going to kind of fade away. You're going to slowly come back to, instead of feeling the sand, you might, feel the blanket underneath you or the pillow that's underneath you. Instead of feeling the breeze from the beach, we're going to kind of feel the actual temperature from the room. And slowly just work your way back into where you actually are. And then you're going to probably want to take a few minutes to just kind of sit there. And which is hard for me because I'm always like, okay, my meditation's done, I'm off. But I do try to sit there and think about anything that I did receive. So if you've called in your guardians, ancestors, guides, whatever, archetypes, archangels, whatever it is you choose to work with, and they did give you some wisdom, you might want to sit and reflect on that for a minute. I find it's good to have something to drink next to you and maybe a little snack. Not like a whole steak dinner, but maybe a couple of crackers, maybe a little bit of cubed cheese, something like that, just to kind of help bring you back into your body is really good. And then kind of just shake it off a little bit, and, stretch out, move around. I usually kind of move my neck around, roll my shoulders around, kind of thing. Maybe even stretch your arms up a little bit, stretch your arms up and out, just to kind of come all back into your body. So that is a quick little meditation you can do. And again, like I said at the beginning of the meditation, try to go somewhere quiet, try to go somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed. All of those things are ideal. Now, we don't always live in an ideal world, right? Especially, like I said, right now we're all quarantined. So we're pretty much all in the house with our whole families, our kids. There's not a lot of going places right now. And so really, if you need to do this meditation or want to do this meditation, there's nothing to say that you just can't go and sit in the bathroom for a few minutes and do it in the bathroom. I say the bathroom because usually if you're a mom, that's like the only time you might get some alone time is in the bathroom. So, you could go sit in the bathroom and do it. I've had people tell me they go and sit in a closet. They got a big closet or something. They go and sit in the closet so the kids don't know where they are to meditate. But you can even do this if you're at work in your office. You can kind of just close your eyes and sit right in your chair at work. I can sit at my desk at work and do this visualization, just as well as I do the releasing energy that's not mine visualization right in my chair. So you can do it anywhere, and you can be sitting in a chair. You can be standing up. Hell, if you're on a busy subway and you want to be anywhere but right there, you could do a little bit of visualization. Just a warning with that is don't leave your body too much. You want to still be safe. But the point is you can really do these visualizations, these little meditations anywhere. Another thing I like to do is when I'm lying in bed, I have a tad bit of insomnia. And so sometimes I lay in bed for quite some time. So sometimes I will do these little meditation exercises, so to speak, lying in bed. So that's always another good way you can do that. Don't do it when you're driving. It's not the best place for it. When I say anywhere, anywhere but driving. Driving is no, don't do it driving. So that's pretty much it for solar plexus today. Again, Thursday, we're going to be talking about the tools that you can be using for it. I don't know. Let me see. What did I do with my book? That's right here. Just going to try to see what's coming up here for us. What did I write down? So this week was Solar Plexus Fundamentals. Next week on the 9th is Solar Plexus Tools. This could change, but on the 16th, I wrote maybe we would do crafting for a healing altar. So I think we might do a healing for the planet. And then on the 23rd, I wrote that, again, crafting, to work on maybe a flower and herb mandala, making it. And then on the 30th, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do yet, but it'll be something for Beltane. And if you don't know what Beltane is, you can go back and watch my video from last year on what Beltane is. So that is what I have got planned. The 13th through the 24th, I will be out of work. They are giving us 2 weeks off. It's going to be paid, so I'm actually really kind of excited about being home for 2 weeks. Not necessarily excited that it's for quarantine purposes, but I'm excited about being home. I have lots and lots of projects and crafts and things that I have not finished that I want to finish. But so my thought on those 2 weeks is my videos, usually I'm either here at 7 or 7:30, and I'm thinking it's going to be more like 10-ish those 2 weeks. So maybe there'll be some people that will be able to hop on live with me. I know my videos are really, really early, and most people are either still in bed, getting their kids ready for the day, getting themselves ready for the day. They're gone to work already, whatever in the morning. But so I'm hoping to do my videos around 10. So the 13th, the 16th, the 20th, and the 23rd, my videos, I'm going to plan them around 10 o'clock Eastern time. So maybe we can get some people on live and have some actual interaction with that. Anything else I need to tell you? I don't think so. Don't think I have anything else written down. We went over the forecast on Monday, so that's pretty much done. I did put in, they're scheduled, so you won't see them yet, but I did go schedule those 2 weeks. So the 13th and the 20th, I think, are the 2 weeks. Monday through Friday, I put in journal prompts. I put one for every day through Monday through Friday. I didn't do Saturday and Sunday. So there's 10 journal prompts. I've put them in there. They're scheduled, so they're going to all pop up automatically on that day. That way I don't forget to do them, or don't miss the time to do them. But they're going to all pop up for you. They've all got a hashtag with them. So if you want to participate in the journal prompts, what you're going to do is you're going to take that hashtag for that day, and you're going to put it in your own post in the group, in the Lady Faltai's Light Healing group. You're going to make a post. You're going to have the hashtag, and then you're going to answer or finish. Some of them are like the sentence starts and then you have to finish, and you're going to start your journal prompt from there. Some of them are questions, and you'll do your journal answer from there. So there should be lots of different posts coming up, which is kind of what I'm trying to encourage you guys to post more in the group. We have a couple people that are really good about posting in the group. We have a couple people that are really good about commenting and liking and sharing and all that, but I really want to try to get this a little bit more interactive going in the group. And so I'm hoping maybe some of these journal prompts will get you to create a post, which then and other people will comment on, and there'll be, some interactions and some connections. Because I think that is one of the things that the group is lacking right now, is some of the connections between the members. Like, you guys see me and you hear from me and you see my posts and you guys comment on them and you like on them and all that, and I'm very thankful. I love you guys, but I'm trying to get it so that the people in the group are connecting with each other as well. So there's a lot of amazing people in this group. Leadership people, craft people, people that have a lot of knowledge. And I think you guys could really benefit with connecting with each other. So the class that I take, we have a group, and the friendships and the connections that I've made in that group are, in my opinion, worth the money that I pay for the class all on its own. There are friendships that I've made in there that will be lifelong friendships for me. And when I know I have an issue, I know there's a lot of people in there that I can go to and ask for help, and they're going to give it to me. They're not going to judge me. And so I really want to bring a little bit of that into this. So anyway, again, that was like a whole nother rant about not solar plexus issues. Well, maybe it is. Maybe these women and these connections will help you come into your power. So maybe it is a solar plexus conversation still, but there's a lot of talent and wisdom in the group, and I really think that connecting with each other will maybe bring you into your power. Yeah, maybe that's exactly why I'm talking about it. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I will see you guys all on Monday. We'll go over the weekly forecast. We'll pull a new card. It's really amazes me the last couple of weeks since this whole quarantine thing has been going on. The cards that we're pulling are just so perfect for what's going on, at least to me. So I don't know. You guys are, I'm always welcome for feedback, what you guys think, but the card that we pulled this week is healing. So I really think we need to be healing, and I think Gaia is taking some time to do her own healing right now. So, all right. I will see you guys all on Monday. Have an awesome weekend. Try to stay home. If you have a backyard, try to get out, or if you got a porch, go sit on your porch. But do try to stay away from other people. I know normally I'm encouraging the other. Normally I'm encouraging you to go out and make connections and be social. But the sooner we all follow the guidelines, the sooner we can not have to be in quarantine anymore. But I'm actually kind of enjoying it. I know that's probably like I'll get like a ton of negative feedback about that, but I feel in this group I could say it, and in my class group I could say that and not get beaten up too bad. But if I put that on my personal page, I would probably get totally bombarded with not so pleasant comments. But I think Mother Earth has been yelling at us for a while, and we weren't listening, and now she's put us in timeout. That's my 2 cents on that. So anyway, have a great weekend. Again, stay inside as much as you can, or stay on your own property as much as you can, and spend some time doing crafting with your kids, playing games, doing something for yourself, some self-care. There's like so much stuff we could fill our time with that would be good for us and our families. So with that, remember to be kind. We really need as much extra kindness as we can give right now. It will not only change your day, but it will change somebody else's day, and it potentially could change somebody else's life. So thanks for watching. Love you guys. Be awesome as always.